Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC and to this edition of JB on EDC. Now I've had a couple of questions about this one, and it's basically, what do you do if your own knife, or a knife you get, doesn't have a sharpening choil? Can you make one? Well, yes, the answer is you can, and I'm going to show you how I have done it on a few of my knives. Now, as you can see, I've got one of the Bushmaster RoseCraft field holders in the old, it's actually clamped into the KME. Now, a better way to do this, I have the KME actually clamped to the table. You can kind of see the clamp right here. But still, this is going to rotate. So I'm going to have to hold it with one hand and use my tool, which is this diamond needle file right here, to cut the choil. Now, obviously, a better setup is going to be if you have a clamp to put your, in a clamp, a vise, something like that. This is pretty much what I have to work with at the moment. I couldn't find my other really good C-clamp. So, I don't have a vise here in the garage. So, tip number one, a vise or a really good C-clamp, flat clamp, is probably going to be your better option. But we're going to do it like this. This is what I got. So, now, basically, as you can see, the Bushmaster doesn't have, let's zoom in a little bit, it doesn't have really a good choil on it. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little choil. Now, as you can see, this is one that I was kind of playing around with a mustard patina. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to hold the handle right here, or, I might actually hold it down here. I'm going to take the needle file, and I'm just going to run it down. Now, these files I got on Amazon. I picked them up. As you can see here, it comes in a pack of, what was there, 6, 7, 10 of them, I think. So, and I'm just going to run it down. Will it take a little while? Sure, it will. Actually, this is working pretty good. I'm holding it fairly steady. And just using the needle file, kind of rotate the file so you're not setting it all in one spot, and just kind of keep running it down. And as you can see, we are cutting a small choil in there. Like I said, it's going to take a little bit, but doing it like this, it shouldn't really take more than 5-10 minutes to get a choil cut in it. You rotating that file, cutting it down. See what we've got there. I'm going to spin it so I can see it just a little bit better. And yeah, we're starting to cut a little bit of a choil in it. Just keep running it down. Now, if you want to be a little bit extra protected, you could definitely be wearing gloves when you're doing this. And I'm just going to do it here for I'm going to do it probably 10 more times, just to kind of get a little bit of a show what you're doing. And like I said, it's going to take a little bit longer. Well, it depends on how big of a choil you want too, really. That's all. Now I'll pick up the file after I dropped it. I got to drop stuff at least once. That's why I don't do videos like this, guys. I'm always dropping stuff. All right. Oh, yeah, we got a nice little choil going there. Very good. Like I said, it doesn't take too long with these diamond. And there again, it's all going to depend on the hardness of the steel. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, you know what I'm saying. Softer steels or less aggressive steels, like, it's probably going to take you longer to cut a choil in Maximate if you need to than it will in probably 8 CR. So, we're going to take it out. We're going to look. See? You can kind of see it there. Trying to find, we do have, there we go. That's better. See how we've got our nice little choil kind of cut in there? Like I said, you can go a little bit deeper if you would like, but just for the purposes of this video, that's kind of how I do it. I might go a little bit deeper on this one, not a whole lot. The big thing to remember is, you know, your setup. Your setup is really going to dictate everything else. Let's see there. I was trying to get a reflection. It's better looking at that. But now we have a nice little choil cut in there. Go a little bit deeper if you want. That's completely up to you. But that's basically how I do it. These little needle files, they come in extra handy for that. I tell you what, I'll put a link down in, well, there'll probably be a link in the description and maybe in the comment so you can see. See, there's I was playing around with mustard. I wished I did this kind of goofy one first, and I wished I would have done the brushed one because it kind of reminds me, I call it my musky finish. If you guys know what a muskellunge, the fish, that's what it reminds me of. But I did the other goofy one first, and anyway. But there you go, guys. That's how I cut a choil into a knife, a sharpening choil that doesn't have one. It's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. Like I said, it'll depend on the hardness of the steel and everything else, depending on how long it takes, how deep you want to go. But thanks a lot, guys. Greatly appreciate you giving this one a watch. As always, what's that stuff? Mallory, #DSKFS. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.